Hi everyone, and welcome back to my How to Do Nonograms video series. If you have watched every video of mine up to this point, you now know 4 different strategies for solving nonograms. In this video, I'm going to walk you through 4 different nonograms where we will use one or more of the strategies that we've learned so far. So let's look at these. If you've printed these out at home, you need the sheet that says Practice Nonograms number 10-13. We'll start with practice number 10. We have another 5x5 nonogram. What strategy should you use first? So in a 5x5 puzzle, we know we're going to fill in every box in this column and every box in this column. We know the 0 column will have 0 boxes filled in. Put a dot in every one of those boxes. And now what are we going to do? We have 2 columns to figure out. Since we only have 2 columns, let's maybe start with the column. Can we figure anything out here? We need 3 in a row. No way to figure that out just by looking at the column. Same thing here. We need 2 separate boxes. No way to figure that out. We got to look at the rows. We need 1, and then we need 3. There are a couple different strategies you could use here. I would use the edge strategy. That's strategy number 2. We need 3 in a row. We have a box on the far side of the row filled in. If you use the edge strategy going to the left, you know it has to be 1, 2, 3. There's no other way to do 1 and a 3 in this row when you had this box and this box filled in. So that row is done. In the second row, you could use strategy number 4, clues plus blanks. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. And you need to add 1 for each of the blanks. So 3 plus 2 is 5, which means there's only one way to fill this in. 1 blank, 1 blank, 1. The third row is like the first. We know it's going to look like this. We need 3 in a row over here. The fourth row and the fifth row both need a single box filled in, and both rows have that. So we know we can get rid of these boxes, put dots in them, and that tells us our nonogram is finished. We have the number 19. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and do another nonogram using our first 4 strategies. If you're doing this at home, make sure you look at practice number 11. So we have a 5x5 nonogram using strategy number 1 first, right? Because we have 2 5s. So we know we're going to fill in every box. No possible way to figure out where these single boxes are to be filled in just based on what we see for the rows. We're going to have to look at the columns. The first column needs 2 single boxes filled in, and that is done. Let's get rid of these 3 boxes. The second column needs a 1 and then 2 boxes filled in. We know this box is not going to be filled in. Now I'd use the edge strategy for the number 2. You have a box here on the edge filled in. You can't go down. There's only one way to go. You got to go up. 1, 2. And then we would get rid of this box. Put a dot in it. In the third column, we know when we have a 5x5, if we have a clue of 1, 1, and 1, using the clues plus blank strategy, we know it's going to be filled in, blank, filled in, blank, filled in. 2 columns left. 2 and a 1. Let's use the edge strategy. We have 1 box filled in on the edge, and we need 2 in a row. So we know the next one is going to be filled in. The next one has to be empty. We already have our single box filled in at the other end, which means this box has to be empty. And now the last column is like the first. We already have our 2 single boxes filled in. So empty, empty, empty. And that did it. We finished another nonogram. This is the letter Z. Brilliant. All right, let's do 2 more nonograms using all 4 strategies. This is practice number 12 nonogram. Why don't you try to solve this on your own without any help from me? Do the best you can. Pause your video, and then we'll talk about it. Looking to see if we can start with strategy 1, and we can't because there are no 5s, which also means we can't use strategy 2 or 3, not yet anyway. So, can we use strategy 4? First row, 2 plus 2 plus 1 for the blank is 5. Great. The only way you can fill out this row is like this. Second row, 1 plus 3 is 4 plus 1 is 5. Excellent. This is the only way you could fill out the second row with clues like that. The third row, we don't know where these are going to go yet. Can't fill anything in there. Fourth row, it's the opposite of the second row, so we know we can use strategy 4. Clues plus blanks. 3 and a blank and 1 filled in. The last row, we know how that's going to go. We just have 1 row left. First column, 2 and 2, that's done. This box will not be filled in. Second column, 1 and 3. That one's got to be filled in. The third column, we need 3 in a row. And look, can't put anything in the first or last box, which means we have to fill in this box, which gives us 3 in a row. Now we have a couple options for filling in the fourth column. We could do clues plus blanks here, or we could look at our clue in the third row and say we need 3 in a row. This is kind of like an edge. It's not this edge over here, but we can't put anything here. So since we put 1 here, we know it has to be 1, 2, 3. No other way to do it, which means this one is empty and we've solved it. So this nonogram we used mostly strategy 4 and a few of the others. All right, let's do one last nonogram where you are practicing strategies 1 through 4. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can solve it on your own. All right, how did it go? I hope you're able to solve it. If not, let's take a look. It's a 5 by 5. We cannot use strategy 1 because we have no 5s. So let's go to strategy 4. Clues plus blanks. 3 does not equal 5. 1 plus 2 plus 1 is 4. Can't use it there. 3 plus 1 for the blank is 5. There we go. There's only one possible way to fill out this row. We need a 1, blank, 1, 2, 3. The fourth row, we have a 1 and a 1. We cannot use strategy 4 for this one, and we also can't use it for row number 5. Let's look at column number 1. A 3, don't know where those are going to go yet. Column number 2, what strategy would you use here? 2 plus 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4. We cannot use strategy 4, but we can use our dots plus process of elimination. Because look, first we need 2 in a row filled in. It has to go here, right? Because the 2 in a row must be filled in above the single box to be filled in. You can't fill in 1 by itself. You can't reverse them. You can't do 1 first and then 2. 2 has to be on top, which means they have to go here because this box is empty. So there's where our 2 are filled in. Now we have to fill in this 1, but we don't know where yet. So we can't finish the column, but we did get about half of it done. Let's look at column number 3. We know we can do clues plus blanks here. Strategy 4, we need 1 here. This is empty. 1, 2, 3. Only way to do that column. This column, we need 2 single boxes. We know where 1 is, which means these 2 have to be blank. Don't know where the other one is yet. And this column, we need 4 in a row. We don't know much about this column yet. We just know that one. We still got a lot to do here. Let's go back and start with our rows again. 3 in a row. Still don't know which 3 it's going to be, but we know 2 of them. Second row, 2 and 1. Oh, look at this. Only one possible place for the 2 because this box is blank, which means this box has to be filled in. And we need 1 single box filled in as well. So there we go. The second row is done. Third row is done. Fourth row, we need 2 single boxes. We have 1. We got to put a dot in this box. The fourth row, we need 4 in a row. We don't know where. All right, I think we've done all we can do here. Let's go back to columns now. We need 3 in a row. Still don't know where. Second column, 2 and 1. There we go. We can figure out something here. We need these two, and then this one has to be filled in. Third row is already done. Fourth column, and the fifth column, we're still unsure. So at first glance, it looks like we're stuck. But by using strategy number 3, where we use process of elimination, I think we can solve this. Let's look. The first row, we need 3 boxes filled in a row. We have 2 of them. So now figure out how far would 3 in a row go to the left and to the right. So if this box was filled in, you go 1, 2, 3, right? What if you went to the right though? 1, 2, 3. This box is impossible to fill in because if you need 3 in a row, you go 1, 2, 3. You can't go this far. That would be 4 in a row. So we can mark this as not to be filled in. And look what that does for this column. If this box is not supposed to be filled in, that means we only have 4 boxes left and we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's look at our last row. You can use some logic here. We need 4 in a row, we have 2 in a row, a gap, and we have this box filled in. Well, if you're going to have 4 in a row, this box has to be filled in, right? You can't leave it blank because then you'd have a clue of 2 and 1. But our clue is 4, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, which means this row is done. And now, look at this row. We needed 2 single boxes. We have 2 single boxes, which means this box is empty. And now we know this box has to be filled in because these 2 boxes are not. 1, 2, 3, just like the clue says. And now the first row, 1, 2, 3, just like the clue says. This box should not be filled in. And our puzzle is finished. Not sure what that is, but we did it, guys. Now, if you'd like to learn the strategy that I consider to be the most effective for solving larger nonograms, click the link for the video, give me a thumbs up, and subscribe if you found this video helpful. Thanks for watching.